Well, listen to me. If you have never been surprise megadosed, it is horrific. It is a harrowing, panic-induced terror ride. And so a few weeks ago, I did it to my mother. I did. I was visiting her. She's alone. She knows I eat them at night. I've told her for a while they help me sleep, which they do. And she calls them gummies. So she comes up to me and she's like, "Are you going to have a gummy tonight?" And I go, "Yes." She goes, "May I have one?" And I was like, "Yeah." I give her one because I take one. And one gets me high. So I'm like, this is gonna peel back her wig, you know? I sit around with her for a couple hours. And then I ask her, I go, "How do you feel?" She goes, "I feel nothing." Like, really? She goes, "Yes." I go, "All right, well, I don't know. Go to bed, you fucking savage. I don't know what to tell you." The next day, it's evening, and she comes up to me again. "May I have another gummy tonight?" I go, "You had one yesterday, and you didn't feel anything." She goes, "Maybe I should take two." Maybe you should. I give her two, we hang out, and again, I ask her, "How do you feel?" She goes, "I feel nothing." I'm like, "Really?" She goes, "Should I take two more?" I said, "Hey, Pablo, you might want to keep it in first for a minute." She goes, "You don't think so?" I go, "Actually, I do think so. Here you go. Here's two more." I give it to her. She eats them, and then she says, "I'm going to bed." I go, "All right." She goes to her room. I go to the guest room. A few minutes later, I receive a series of text messages that I have since memorized. The first one says, "Tommy, I am fizzing." F-I-Z-Z-I-N-G. So I write back, "Sounds cool." Because who the fuck do you know is like, "I'm fizzing right now, man," you know. We out here fizzing tonight, baby. I don't know what that is. She writes back, "My heart rate is 125. Oh, I am spinning." So I write, "LOL. I think she's having fun." And then she writes, "Please come now. I don't feel well." I go into her room, and my mother is seated upright. That is an alarming look for an elderly woman. Most of them lay down or lean. She's just in bed like. I go, "Are you okay?" And she goes, "No." So I take her out to the patio. I'm thinking fresh air, you know? It's clear immediately that we are in for a ride. The first thing she does, she goes, "My lips, they are stuck together." I go, "I'll get you some water." And she goes, "Why am I hungry?" I said, "Because it's working." And she goes, "The dog was here. The dog is gone?" And I go, "Oh my God." I start to laugh so destructively hard. It is not ha ha ha. It is a deep, primal. I'm watching my 77-year-old mother get high. I'm not laughing. My nervous system is shutting down, all right? I mean, I'm watching her look at sound. You know, she's like. It hurts. It hurts how hard I'm like. As I'm laughing, I look at her, and at one moment, her face contorts. Her face goes. And she looks at me, And she goes, tomorrow, your laughter will be tears on my corpse. And I'm like, what? She goes, it's the perfect murder. Nobody will know it was June. My lungs invert at this point, and I have tears streaming down my face. She's so high, she thinks my laughter is confirming her thoughts. She starts to legit plead for her life. She goes, Tommy, please, please, don't kill me. I am your mother. I fucking pass out in a chair. I'm like, ugh. I wake up, I don't even know where the fuck I am. It's morning. I walk into the kitchen at the same time as her. I go, hey, Mom. And she doesn't say anything. I'm like, oh, shit. She just walks over to the coffee maker, and she goes, I know you tried to kill me last night. It was very clever. But I am still here, Tommy. I go, I didn't try to kill you. And she goes, oh, yes, June did. So I leave for the day. I come back later. I go, look, I owe you an apology. I should not have let you eat that much. I'm sorry. And she goes, it's okay. I forgive you. I'm like, really? Thank you. That makes me feel better. She goes, I just want to tell you one thing. And I go, what? She goes, I want another gummy tonight. And I go, what? She eats them every day now. She's doing coke. She grew her bush out. She's fucking the neighbors. She's living her best life. If you ever meet her, give her drugs. Thank you guys very much for coming out. Have a great night. Can we just all agree on one thing? Can we just fucking get on board with the fact that it is time to see an end to the man who walks around in public with a cowboy hat on like he's not wearing a cowboy hat in public? I see these guys everywhere. Banks, grocery stores, airports. And now, not only do I see guys wearing cowboy hats, but they have adopted the cowboy persona, like where they think they're actual fucking, like the... Well, pardon me, ma'am. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. You look fucking ridiculous right now. Like you're a cowboy? Really? Cock-a-doodle-doo. Bang, 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 bang. Fuck out of here. Here's all I want from cowboys. Just be cowboy all the way, all right? Work with livestock. Like if somebody says, let's go get a beer, I want to hear you say, I got to shave some sheep. End your disputes with a pistol. If somebody cuts you off in line, be like, meet me at the saloon at noon. I'm a cowboy. And you better ride a horse everywhere. If you wear a cowboy hat, you shouldn't be allowed to sit in cars or look at planes. You should just be like, I tell you what. I tell you what. San Francisco sure is a pretty city. Yeah, I'll see you there in 6 months when you get there on your fucking horse. If you're a cowboy, then I am a knight. I'm a knight, and I'm gonna wear armor every day in case somebody wants to joust, and you leave me alone because I'm doing the queen's work, okay, mummy? You know who likes to be cowboys more than anybody? You know who? 3-year-olds. Because they're not developed yet. And they go, Mommy. And you go, yes, you're a cowboy. And your sister's a princess. And your father's fucking Batman. Because you live in La La Land, you don't know what's going on right now. Cowboy hats should come with class rings. So I feel like the same guy that buys one buys the other anyway, you know? Check it out. 87. I scored 14 touchdowns that year. What are you doing now? I'm just thinking about killing myself. Oh, okay. Why don't you get a Corvette and make it a whole kit? You know, I didn't puke and I didn't shit. But when I was in Houston about a month ago, I sharted. Here's what happened. If you were going to make a list of the best places to shart, and I don't know why you would, but if you did, number one is the bathroom. And that's where I was. I was in a public restroom, and I was at the urinal. I was just enjoying a delightful afternoon pee, you know? Like a 90-second one, you know? Where your mind just kind of goes, stream of consciousness takes over, you're just lost, and you're like, are birds real or are they honing devices? I don't know. Jesus, how big were Aretha Franklin's tits, you know? You ever think about that? Everyone talks about Dolly Parton's tits. Do you ever look at Aretha Franklin's tits? It looked like she was nursing seal pups. It's insane. If she couldn't sing, she'd be serving lunch. You know what I mean? Those are some tits. So, I'm pissing, and it's great. My wife always gives me shit, by the way. She's like, you enjoy your bodily functions so much. And I'm like, why don't you just let me live my life? I mean, I do like peeing. I like sneezing more. If you don't enjoy an open air, reckless, violent sneeze, you're a fucking communist, okay? It's the best. Yeah. You know what I mean? No one's around. You go, like one of those, and you're like, what the fuck? Don't talk to me. I love it. Cumming's the best. If we're obviously, I'm not going to argue that point. So I go cumming, sneezing, nice pee, emergency shit. I really like stretching in bed right after I wake up, and then it sends you back to sleep because it feels like fentanyl or something. I don't know. I like it. I like sitting on the couch on a Sunday and just a nice pinch and roll on my beanbag, you know, just. This is free? This is crazy. I wish it were Seven's hand, but this feels good, you know? I know a lot of ladies get jealous about that, and honestly, you shouldn't. I've seen what many of you have there, and there's plenty to pull, so you could also just tug on that taffy bag and see where it takes you. Yeah. And don't you dare get insecure, okay? You ladies do that to each other. We never care. It could have teeth and we try to get in there. We don't care. All I'm saying is that, ladies, I want you to leave here tonight knowing that you all have beautiful pussies, okay? Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, I'm peeing, right? And as I'm peeing, I feel something, you know, in the chamber. And I'm polite, so I do the polite thing. Look around, and there's nobody in there. So I tell myself, it's okay, buddy. Why don't you give it a push? And I did, and there was no sound. None. But there was movement. So now I have to check. Do you know how you have to check in that situation? You have to take your pants all the way down. Like a fucking toddler. Like I was like... So now I'm just Winnie the Poohing it in a t-shirt. Like, hi. Hello. My little dick's hanging out. Hello. And then I look into my boxers and I'm like, yep, I'm throwing those out. And then I clean up, and then I leave the restroom, and all my friends are waiting outside, and I immediately tell them what happened. And they're like, I don't want to know this. And I go, well, I'm telling you. And they go, well, stop. And I go, I'm not. You already know now. And in that exchange, something clicked. I put it together. I didn't shart. I had simply shit my pants. Yeah. I mean... That's an important distinction, right? A shart would imply that I had farted and that there were some DVD extras in there. I took a shit with my pants on. It would be no different than if right now I were standing here like, I think I'm gonna take a shit right now. And then I just kept talking. So it's fucked with my confidence, but I'm back, baby. I am fucking back. Yes. Thank you. I say, your aunt is Bill Belichick? He goes, yeah. I didn't know what to say, so I just said, I'm sorry. He goes, no, I'm sorry. He goes, I don't want to fuck any of my aunts, but Bill is definitely last on that list. I switched to weed that day. Sometimes you watch documentaries and it's a whole different experience. Like, it's just enlightening. You get information that you can't let go of. It just sits in your mind. You tell people about it. It's in your dreams. I mean, I watched one not long ago that if I had not watched it, I would have no idea how much cocaine Hitler did. No idea. Like, everybody knows the Third Reich was on meth. You know that, right? The entire German army, they were on meth during World War II. Picture that. 100,000 German soldiers marching through the Ardennes forest, supposed to take 6 days, and they did it in 28 minutes. That's meth. You imagine you're sitting in a cabin in Belgium just drinking fucking milk, I guess. And you hear, un Auschenhaben, and you're like, holy shit. A la mer. And I mean, that's meth. You ever been around somebody on meth? I have. It's unsettling. They never stop talking. They want to fuck everything. And those are Americans. Can you imagine what these kinky-ass Germans were like? Just, oh, I want you to suck me dry. Hey! Gunther, back off. Now, Hitler did meth too. It's very well documented. A lot of people don't know he was given cocaine in the mornings by his personal doctor. Like, you think Michael Jackson's doctor was out of line? That was propofol to go to sleep. That's JV shit, okay? Like, I want to go to sleep. Oh, fuck. Hitler would wake up. And then his doctor was like, good morning, my Führer, and fucking... And he was like, Jews! Dude, to start your day with an 8-ball and a heart full of hatred is wild. Here's what I really want to know. Why am I learning about this at 46? I feel like every little kid should know this, you know? Like, kindergartners should come up to all of us and be like, do you know how much cocaine Hitler did? You don't think that's the best deterrent story for a kid? I do. When I was a kid, they go, don't do coke. And you go, why? And they're like, that's what rock stars do. And you're like, oh, okay. You mean like Slash and Eric Clapton? And they're like, yes. They're up till 6 a.m. and they're shaving their bodies. And they're fucking girls. Is that what you want to do? And you'd be like, boo. Anybody else do coke? Yeah, Martin Scorsese. You're like, yeah, that fucking worked out. How about a bad guy? We don't have any. Well, there is this one. I don't know if you've heard of him. His name is Adolf fucking Hitler. He was doing mountains of coke. By the way, he was having the same dumb conversations your friends have. He was just having them about war. He was like, we should go to Stalingrad in December. And we'll fuck them up. Hey, look at my mustache. I cut off the side. You guys want to see my art? It's pretty good. It's mostly me choking ducks. Look at this shit. You think Mussolini likes me? All right, well, no, it should be said. He was a real knucklehead. Bikes! I get like verbal tics, you know? I don't have Tourette's. I wish I did. It looks fun. But I'll just yell shit out. It's like a hook on a catchy song, except it's just stuff that I watch. And then, bikes! I just yell it, over and over. Only like 2 or 3 million times. But I'm obsessed with the show Scared Straight. If you've never seen it, it's tremendous. Here's what they do. In the show, they take kids, middle school and high school kids that are getting in trouble a lot, and they send them to jail for a day. And the idea is that jail will scare the fuck out of the kid, and then he'll get his life together, hence Scared Straight. It's tremendous. I'm obsessed with one episode. It aired once in 1999. Here's what's great. It aired uncensored, which is bananas. And in this episode, they did not send the kids to jail like they normally do. Instead, they sent them to a maximum security penitentiary. Prison. And those prisoners verbally assaulted these kids into crying a lot. And it's the funniest shit I have ever seen in my life. First of all, don't feel like too bad for these kids are super badass. They're not like spitting spitballs in class and they're fucking stabbing other kids. They're badass kids, okay? And they show up to this thing with attitude. Like they walk in, they're like, what's up? This ain't shit. I run 6th grade. I ain't scared of you, man. Like, can't scare me. And they're greeted by a guy named Crazy Chris. Chris has scars on his face, and the screen freezes, and it says, Chris killed 6 people, and he's doing a double life sentence. Like, this dude is so bad that when he dies and he's reincarnated, that guy's doing life in prison also. So, this is a bad motherfucker right here. The kids are like squatting around, and Chris is like, hey, my name's Crazy Chris. And from now on, you will see me in your nightmares. And the kids are like, what the fuck? Like, I'm 12, don't talk to me like that, man, that's crazy. And then he goes, if I ever see you again, I'll take a bite out of each of you. And they're like, all right, we're all reformed now, thank you very much. Jesus, but they can't leave. The next guy comes up to him and he goes, hold my pocket. Hold my pocket. And he makes kids walk around holding the inside of his pocket. You understand? So he walks and then they're like, I don't know what you know about prison, but if you're holding on to another dude's pocket, it's gonna be a rough day, all right? Not only is this guy making kids hold he's talking ridiculous shit to middle schoolers. He's like, I'm gonna make you suck my dick for breakfast. Every morning. And the kid's like, I hate breakfast. Funny shit like that. So, he's like, I'm gonna mush your motherfucking face. And the kid's like, it's so fucking funny. There's one exchange where this dude, he pulls a kid out of line. The kid's like 13. He weighs, 100 pounds. And he has a bowl cut, okay? He has a bowl cut in prison. It's parted in the middle. And the prisoner goes, why are you here? And the kid's like, stealing? And he goes, the fuck you took? And the kid goes, bikes? And he goes, bikes! And that's why I yell bikes all the time. You should see me when we drive by a bike store. Holy shit. I'll be like, ah. And my wife, she's pretty over it. She'll go like, you get one. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make this shit count. So I'll pull over, I roll down the window, and I wait until I see somebody checking out one of the sidewalk displays, like with all the bikes out there. And when they find one they really like, and they're like, oh, I like this one, I'll go, bikes! And they're like, what the fuck? And I'll go, stop selling drugs! And I drive up. Great.
We'll all be 800 pounds. I can't fucking wait. Now, speaking of weight, I actually lost a decent amount of weight recently. I was, That's right. I was in a weight loss contest with the fattest man on earth. And yes, may have seen him. His name is Brent Crystals. And I beat him in this contest because I'm a better person. But that's not what I want to talk about. I lost about 50 pounds. And, you know, yeah, maybe you're out there right now and you're thinking like, hey, man, if you can do that, I can do that. Probably not. I mean, look what I'm doing right now. Can you do this? I don't fucking think so. I'm just an awesome guy. But you know what sucks? When you lose weight on a public platform like I did, you get all these messages. I get so many messages. People are like, you inspired me. And I'm like, oh, I didn't mean to. People ask me, like, will you coach me into weight loss? And I'm like, absolutely not. One guy hit me up like 50 times. Please give me a message to get this thing kickstarted. I was like, I'll give you a message. When you look in the mirror, do you say, I fucking hate you? Then you're not ready. Cry more and eat less. Send. That's my message.
I think the gayest I ever was in February. That's when I did my shows in Los Angeles, and Brad Pitt came to my show. Look, I do not know what year he was born or how many infants he consumes in a week, but that man is stunning, all right? He came into my dressing room. I couldn't make eye contact. Do you understand? Like, I was like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? He goes, look at me. I was like, no. He goes, come on. I said, shut up. He goes, you want to give me a kiss? I was like, yeah. And he goes, do it. I'm like, I did. I kissed. What? It wasn't gay. We took a bath later. That was gay. But we talked about sports, so it balanced out, you know?
You can't say retarded anymore. It was just here, don't you remember? Retarded. It's gone. People get very upset. I don't really support the arguments against it. Like when people are like, you shouldn't say it. And you're like, why? They're like, what if there's one over there? And you're like, we never said it like that. We were never like, look at that guy. You didn't say it like that. You said it to describe an idea or a situation, you know? Like if your friend was like, I'll pick you up at your house, and then we'll come back to my place, and then later we can go back to your house, and we can get your bags, and then we'll come back over here after that. And you're like, well, that's retarded. Why the fuck would we do that? But now you can't say that. Now you gotta be like, that's not smart. Your idea has an extra 21st chromosome, if you ask me. It's not the same. You can't say that's gay. Damn. I used to abuse that expression, I'm not gonna lie. And never for anything remotely sexual. You know, I just would say it all the time. Like if you were like, I'll have a water, no ice, I'd be like, that's gay, you know? Why do you have so many balloons? That's gay. Shit like that. You can't say it anymore. Now, to be clear, you can say that's gay, but it has to be for something overtly gay. Like it has to be 10 guys standing in a line. Each of them has their dick in the ass of the guy in front of them, and they're marching and they're going, I want to come. Give me the cum. I want to come. And then you can go, that's gay. And even then, they're like, take it easy. And you're like, all right, Jesus. Now, as you can tell, I speak beautiful, perfect Spanish. And It is to no credit of my own. My mother is Peruvian, and her English wasn't good. So she spoke to us in Spanish. And that's how I picked up on Spanish. And I get so many different reactions when people find out I speak Spanish. I either get completely incredulous people who are like, holy fucking shit. I can't believe what's coming out of your mouth right now. I think I'm gonna piss my pants. And I'm like, I don't speak Aramaic, I speak Spanish. Why is this? They're like, it's not supposed to come out of you, bro. It's not supposed to come out of you. So I either get that reaction, or I get people who are like, oh, you speak Spanish? Yeah, I speak Spanish too. And I'm like, no, you don't. And they're like, no, I took 4 years in high school. And I'm like, yeah, I played football for 4 years in high school, and the Broncos aren't giving me a look this week, so no, you don't. Your Spanish sucks. With a capital M for mierda. Now, I grew up in a Spanish-speaking household, which means I listen to a lot of Spanish music. I only point that out. I think it's important to point out that when you listen to Spanish music, it influences who you become, like all music would. For me, I used to listen to a lot of this singer named Juan Luis Guerra, a Dominican singer. And he would sing just a lot of love songs, you know? Songs with titles like Si tú te vas, which means if you were to leave me. And the lyrics go, Si tú te vas, mi corazón se morirá, which means if you leave me, my heart would die. I'm 10 years old, and I'm like, oh shit. I don't want that to happen. So I would balance it out. I would listen to a lot of Todd Shaw, and you might know him by his stage name, Too Short. And he would sing songs like Blowjob Betty. And I would go back and forth between these two great songwriters, you know? Mi corazón se morirá. A bust of left nut, right nut in her jaw. Sperm on her cheeks is all dissolved. And that's how I go through life today. Today I'm basically like, hola. Sorry, Mom. Now,
That being said, do you ever wonder what kind of slave owner you would have been? Now, not now. I mean, it's 1831. You're white. You live exactly where you live right now. You guys are like, we don't want to play this game. All right, well, fuck it, I'll play. I know how I would have been. I mean, I love buying cars now. I know we have three, but look at this fucking guy. All right, well, hey, if you didn't like that joke, don't think about it. Now, women. Do you feel like you're almost equal citizens? Because you are not. Now, I'm on your side. I didn't say you shouldn't be. I said you're not, because I have eyes. You're not. You don't sense the great imbalance that we live with? Men get paid more to do the same work that you do. Advantage men. Women get mad at us for things we do in their dreams. Advantage women. Isn't that some shit? When you're at breakfast and you're like, why is she looking at me like that? She's like, you were a dick in my dream last night. And you're like, okay, all right. You serious? I would like to apologize for what I did in your dream last night. She's like, thank you. And you're like, all right, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. See, I think the power dynamic that we live with was set by a man, obviously. I think he was gonna make it equal. I really believe that. And I think the day he was going to set it up, he was leaving his house, and his wife stopped him at the door. And she was like, you know, you were titty fucking a brunette in my dream last night. And he was like, you know what? No. You're gonna answer the phones. That's what you're gonna do. And then he walked away. Okay. Don't accurately joke about our culture. All right. Really? That's not funny either. You don't think there's a couple of people in here right now who are like, I do answer the phone. Is that funny? Or Monday, she'll be like, hi, thank you for, oh, fuck him, fuck that guy, okay? Sometimes you witness the power imbalance play out in front of you between the genders in a grotesque fashion. Of course, when I say the genders, I am only speaking of 2 of the several hundred that now exist. I would like it to be clear where I stand. I have no problem calling anybody anything they wish to be called. It is no burden on me. You can identify as a shoelace if you want to. And I will call you Zippity Zimzer if you ask me to. Do I think it's a little silly? Yeah, but so is badminton, and that's an Olympic event, you know? So
I was trying to figure out, like, where is power the most equal, you know? I think it's a parking lot. Just hear me out. It doesn't matter what you drive. If you drive something, that parking space is yours. And when you are ready to leave and other people are looking for a place to park, oh, don't you love that moment? Like you're walking back to your car from the mall on a Saturday and you're done shopping and you see people like, where will I park? And then they see me and they're like, hey, are you? I'll be like, I don't know. Maybe. I like to give them false hope. Do you ever do that? Like, I know they're waiting for the brake light. Well, first they have their blinker on, like that's an official, that's like my blinkers, that's just mine. You're like, okay. Are the U.S. Marshals gonna back you up on this shit right now? But they want your brake light to appear, because that means you're starting the car. So I'll do this. I'll just hit my brake and release it. And you feel the tension rising, you're like, this is exciting. And then they snap, and they're like, what the fuck are you doing? And that's when I go, I'm eating In-N-Out. I'm gonna have this burger now. It's probably gonna take an hour, I don't know. But then as soon as they drive by, I'm like, nah, I'll eat it later. I'm gonna go ahead and take off. What about persistent genital arousal disorder? That is a fancy way of saying never not coming. These are people that have orgasms every 90 seconds, and they can't have jobs. Why can't they have jobs, Tom? Because they're coming all the time. It's not appropriate for you to be like, can I try on this shirt? And the guy's like, fuck your shirt. I'm gonna wear my old shit. I'm not wearing your fucking shirt. Can you imagine? You're like, oh, we're out of orange juice? Or, you're like, oh, just bring water. That's too much sugar. I don't want any more of that. Some people suffer from both of those afflictions. You know that? It's rare, but it happens. Can you imagine that? That like you just walk up to someone, you're like, oh, I'm sorry to hear about your dad passing away. And he's like, that feels good. I made that one up. That's not true. But that was cheap, but that was fun. Now, if you're still not on board with this, how about an old, reliable one? You know, how about Tourette syndrome? Yeah. Maybe you've heard of that. If you haven't, let me tell you. When I was in 5th grade, my parents sent me to a new school on a Wednesday. I'll never forget. It was a Catholic school, and on Wednesdays, they had Mass. So picture you're a new student at a new school, you don't know anybody, and the first thing you're doing is you're going to church. So I walk in, and the priest starts the service. He goes, in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the kid in the row in front of me goes, fuck your cunt. And I was like, oh, Nobody did anything, no one batted an eye. He just goes, Holy Spirit, starts reading from the Bible. This kid goes, lick my balls. And fuck you. I am laughing so goddamn hard. But I know I'm not supposed to laugh. It sounds like I'm having a stroke. I'm 10. I'm like, I have tears running down my face. And finally, I'm able to get out. How come nobody else is laughing? And the kid next to me goes, he's got Tourette's. It gets old. 3 years I was at that school. That shit never got old. That was the greatest gift God ever bestowed upon me. And I'll tell you this, the greatest day of my life, up until the day my son was born, was the day we had a substitute teacher that year, and they didn't warn her about him. Your imagination is serving you correctly. It was glorious. I watched a 10-year-old boy break a grown woman's spirit. These poor substitutes, they don't know what's going on in your class, you know? She walked in, somehow they didn't tell her, and she's like, read chapter 3. And then his tics would build, meaning they would start small. So he would sit in class and be like, "Hey." So she goes, what's going on? And we're like, she doesn't know. And then he would do this every day. He would take markers and paint his own shirt. Again, every day he did it, but she doesn't know about it. So she sees it. She's like, what are you doing? He goes, what do you think, bitch? Ah! Then he starts painting his face with the marker. And she goes, stop that. And he goes, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you. And she's like, what's happening? What's happening? And we go, that's Kevin. Why are you crying so much right now? Like that. And she killed herself. She's dead. So... she's out of teaching, but she's fine. So, I know. When you guys are like, Jesus, he's a real jerk.
That's good, Tom. So, it is beyond your capacity to explain how much you end up loving your kids. It is. And like now, I'm on that side of it. So I get to be amused by people who don't have kids, who swear that they get it. That's my favorite. Like to hang out with a friend who doesn't have any kids and he's like, yeah, man, I see that you love your kids. I totally know what you're feeling because I love my dog. And I'm like, yeah. I'm not diminishing pet love. Pet love is real. Absolutely. I've had pets my entire life. It's the best. I've rescued animals. I encourage you to do it. I have a dog that I adore. But here's the difference between my love for that dog and my kids. If that dog were to hurt one of my kids, immediately and without question, I would drown that dog, all right? And I mean through yelps like, ah, I'd go, like that. And then I would give it to my son. I'd be like, remember when that hurt you? I killed it. And he'd be like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this dead dog? And I'd go, I don't know, maybe learn to stand up for yourself so I don't have to do shit like that, all right? Well, anyways, after that, I kept reading messages, reading. And then, a little while ago, I got, in one 6-week period, 200,000 emails and messages just from the state of Louisiana over jokes that I told in a special. Now, if you don't know, I had a joke in a previous special, and yeah, it's fine. It was a very silly joke. The joke essentially was, I said, you know what? We should build a wall in this country, but we should build it around that dumb fucking state. That was my joke. Now, look, I'm so dumb, I was like, everybody will like that joke. No, they don't. Not the people you made it about. I got so many misspelled death threats, and I was like, is this Creole? What the hell are they trying to tell me? I got asked about it so much, I was on the news about it, that I just volunteer it now, okay? So here's the truth. I never would have shit on them as hard as I did if I had been to Arkansas, which I now have. What a fucking dump that place is. I think when people flush their toilets in Louisiana, it all comes up in Arkansas. It smells like broken dreams and buttholes and a little bit of barbecue. But here's what's fascinating. Most of you will never experience this, but if you ever offend a large group of people, like let's say an entire state, you end up learning a lot about them. You don't want to, but they insist. So, yeah, I know everything about Louisiana now. It's the worst. I'm like an unofficial historian on the place I least want to go to. I mean, their state motto runs through my head like it's the Dow Jones ticker all day, every day. It's Louisiana, where people smoke in their cars with their babies. And Arkansas is, you done with that baby? So, what are you gonna do with it? We're gonna eat it. What do you mean we're gonna do with it? Soo-wee! Now, I also got a lot of messages from the Down syndrome community. That was fun. Here's the truth about that. People with Down syndrome write much more coherently than people from Louisiana. So, we were able to have a dialogue. And I think I've grown and matured since then. I'm serious. I think I have. I think, for instance, right now, today, I think it is both lazy and antiquated to say, are you fucking R-worded? R-E-T-A-R. You get it. And here's why. I think when I say that, what I'm trying to say is, are you an idiot? Are you an imbecile? Are you stupid? And that is not the right word for that. The right word for that is Cajun. So that's what I'm going to start saying from now on. So fuck you again. That's my point. Now, yeah.
And 3-hour round trips to buy weed. And if you're like, oh, what kind of weight were you moving? $20 worth of marijuana? That kind of major shit? I bought weed from a dude in a standalone trailer one time. Not a trailer park, a solo trailer. The most terrifying housing situation that exists. Like where other trailer people are like, get the fuck out of here, and they kick him out. I just walk up to that shit, 15. And this dude's like, you trying to get a sack? I was like, oh shit, yeah. He goes, we could go do that. I was like, all right, cool. And he goes, we just need to go get it. I was like, you don't fucking have it? Isn't that your sole responsibility? So I tried to play cool. I was like, all right, let's go get it. He goes, I'll go get it. You stay here and watch my place. And I was like, okay. And he goes, there's a .357 and a shotgun on my bed. Anybody comes in here, blast them. Inside, paralysis. But what I said was, that's what's up. Like, yeah, man. Pow. And then he stopped at the door and he goes, but don't shoot my mom. I go, can we get a description before we agree to terms? How about a height and weight on old mom?
Now, to further that point, I'll tell you this. I remember 2 years ago, I'm sitting at a cafe in Los Angeles for lunch. I sit down. As I sit down, my friend, I can hear her audibly say, I can't believe I'm thinking that. And I go, thinking what? And she goes, oh, nothing. And I go, what is it? She goes, it's embarrassing. And I go, well, just tell me. She goes, if I tell you, you'll make fun of me. And I go, I always make fun of you. Just say it. And she goes, no, it's just something, I want to keep inside. I go, but you said you want to do it, so just say it, and then you can make it happen. She goes, I don't want to. I go, listen, if you don't put it out in the universe, it'll never happen. You got to say it. What is it? And she goes, okay, I want to blow somebody in the Wu-Tang Clan. Now, I immediately think, what would my mom say, And I tell myself, don't be like mom. This is this girl's dream. So I look her dead in her eyes, and I go, you should try. There's a bunch of them. That's what I said. Now, 3 months later, she got on their tour bus, and she told them, and guess what? They all accepted. If you are not familiar, there are 9 guys in the Wu-Tang Clan. 9. So many guys. That's so many. Can we park for a moment at how many dicks 9 is? I don't even understand how anyone's sitting in their seat right now. There's people out here like, what else you got? Are you shitting me? That's not a lot. Close your eyes and picture 9 dicks. You're like, oh my God, they're everywhere. Yeah, because there's 9 of them. That's why. I'm not slut shaming. I'm saying objectively, 9 is a lot of anything. Like if I was like, I had cinnamon rolls today, and you're like, how many did you have? I had 9. You mean take you to the emergency room, or you're gonna lose a foot by the morning? We should go. 9 dicks? Are you fucking shitting me? Some of you, it took you 15 years to get to 9 dicks. This was a Thursday for this young lady. Try to imagine the physical labor involved with blowing 9 probably not small dicks. If you're not aware, the Wu-Tang fellas don't look like me, all right? That is some CrossFit shit at that level. If you think burpees are rough, try. Am I doing good? Do you like me now? Like, after how many do you think she was like, let's take a little break for a second? What the fuck am I doing? Why are they so mean about it? How many is that? 4, 5. Am I done? And they're like, no, you're not done. You got RZA, Ray, Ghost, Meth? No, you're not done. And she's like, but my neck hurts. And they're like, you gotta protect your neck. Don't you listen to our music? Yes, yes. That is a top shelf Wu-Tang blowjob joke. Now, she was a real animal, I asked her one time, I was like, if you could go back to that day and do anything differently, what would you have done? And she said, I'd have skipped lunch. So, Philly girl, what are you gonna do? Now, all right, let's get serious. Guys, I think it's time we have to start taking better care of the environment. All right? Yeah. Absolutely. And I think that responsibility falls on the poor. And here's why. You're already in my trash. How about you separate the glass from the plastic? Yeah. Sounds like there's some poor people over here. And that's fucking disgusting. Now, Here's what I know for sure. Poor people love the Bible, okay? And they love it because it's the only book you get for free. Now, try getting another book for free. Let me know how that shit goes. Can you imagine being so dumb that you're superstitious? Imagine being so impossibly stupid. Personally, I have nothing but contempt for all superstitions and all superstitious people. I hate all of them. I hate riding in the car with someone who's like, we're about to drive over a bridge. I'm gonna get out of the car and I hope you drive off this bridge. I really do. They're all dumb. It's 11:11. Make a wish. I wish you would drink a smoothie of cyanide and broken rocks. That's what I wish. They should all upset you, but there's one that should make you march in the streets. I'm serious. I cannot believe that we live in this incredibly wealthy, developed nation, and collectively, we all just accept that hotels, even some office buildings, just don't have to have a 13th floor. Like, do you understand that we're throwing away sequential numbers because people are like, ha ha. You can go to a nice hotel, the fucking Four Seasons. It'll go 12th floor, 14th floor. And if you go, I'm sorry, why isn't there a 13th floor? Well, that's a spooky number. And if we had it, there'd be ghosts and goblins up there. So we took it away, and now it's not so scary. And you're like, are you fucking Cajun? Is that really what we're doing right now? I don't know. Yeah. You guys like that one, but that Bible one, you pulled back on that. You guys were like, oh. He listens to every show. It's cool. I talked to him before the show. He said it was a good angle. Don't worry about it. Now, this kid is insane. I mean, he hates his real name. And this is something that came about a few years ago. And when it first happened, I got kind of nervous. So I did what you do in those situations. I asked other parents, and they were like, oh, it's just a phase. I go, what? He's a little phase. He's going through a phase. A lot of kids don't like their names, but it'll end in just a little bit. And I was like, oh, okay, it's a phase. Do you know how long it's been? About 3 years. That isn't so much a phase, in my opinion, as a new path. That's where I think we are. His birth name is Julian. That's what we've always called him, and that's what he used to respond to because it's his fucking name, right? He would also respond to variations of it. Julian, Juju, Jujito, Julian. And he'd be like, mm-hmm. And then one day, about 3 years ago, I was like, hey, Julian. He was like, don't ever call me that. I hate that name. When you say that name, I want to die. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. So now this kid will only talk to us if we call him by his self-imposed name, which, buckle up, is teacher. Is there a creepier name to use when addressing a small child? Like, hello, my teacher. Is this The Shining? Because it feels like it. It feels like Jordan Peele's next movie, like a fucking kid from the woods that walks into town to follow teacher and live long. And you're like, okay. You get it, right? I walk into my own house and I go, is teacher here? And he goes, yes. And I go, hello, sir. And people have the balls to ask me, they're like, are you worried? Of course I'm fucking worried. The only other person I know that went by teacher is Charles Manson. So yeah, I'm worried. He was a substitute teacher. Now, His older brother, he likes math, he likes video games. He's an interesting kid. He also has the voice of somebody who gargles with butane. I don't know what is happening. He's 9 years old. He's like, "What's up, bro?" I go, "Hey, how's working in the mines? Is that fun?" He's also bananas. If I say, "Let's go out," he's like, "All right." He'll come in the living room wearing rain boots, tighty-whities, and goggles. And I'm like, "Are you on shrooms right now?" The only place you can wear that is a gay parade. And no, it's cool if you are, but there isn't one today. So put some fucking clothes on, okay? We took these two future subjects of America's Most Wanted. Believe me, the Menendez brothers don't have shit on the Segura brothers, okay? We took these little sociopaths to visit my sister last Thanksgiving in Florida. And on Thanksgiving Day, we did what a lot of families down there do. We just went on a family walk, like a nice casual stroll. And on this family walk, we ended up at a little pond. And at the pond, there were other families feeding bread to ducks. It looked like a painting. And I remembered, as we approached, thinking to myself, I wonder how my boys will ruin this, right? So we walk up, and this guy sees me. He goes, "Oh, hey, man, you want some bread?" I go, "Yeah, thanks, dude." And then I turn to fucking teacher. I go, "Hey, teach. Bread?" And he goes, "Give me that." And he's just like throwing it as hard as he can. And I'm like, "All right." And then I turn to his brother. I go, "Here you go." He goes, "I don't want that." I go, "What?" He goes, "I don't need that." Happy Thanksgiving. And then he just walks up to the edge of the water and he grabs a duck by the neck. And he holds it up like he's Genghis Khan, okay? He's like, you know, the duck is like, bah! And I look at teacher, and teacher's like, I go, "What are you doing?" He goes, "We can cook it." I go, No. We're all set today, pal." He goes, "Can I keep it?" I go, "Of course not." He goes, "You're never fun." I go, "Let it go." And he goes, "Oh." And then I turn and I see all the other parents are like, "Ha." And I go, "He's a foster kid, like they're bad, you know? We're trying to make him good for you guys." Yeah. Well, you know, we got him in Ukraine. He's been a handful. He's blonde. They bought it. The kid sounds like he fixes Harleys all day, but he's really just obsessed with the decades-old video game Pac-Man. And he has Pac-Man questions, morning, noon, and night. He woke me up at 3 in the morning. Let's be clear. He doesn't know how to wake somebody up. All right? He stood an inch from my face. The most menacing way somebody can wake you up. He just goes, "Hey, Tom." I was like, holy shit! What? He's like, "What would happen if Pac-Man needed a house?" I'm like, what? He thinks I didn't understand the question. So he slows it down for me. He goes, "What would happen if I go, "He'd call a realtor." I'm having a heart attack, all right? Pac-Man would get a loan and buy a house. He's like, "Okay, I'm going to bed." I'm like, "All right, I'll be up for 3 days, thanks." At the same time, I have a monitor on the nightstand for the little guy, right? This dude stands up in bed, and he goes, "What was that?" So now I drag my ass into his room. He's standing there with his 3-year-old gut out. You know how they're all like... I'm like, what do you own, a Chevron? Why do you stand like that, dude? I go, what? He goes, what was that? I go, what was what? He goes, that. I go, what's that? He goes, what was that? I go, I don't know what the fuck you're asking. He goes, was that a choo-choo? I said, what? He goes, was it a choo-choo? He said it like, are you stupid enough to turn our trains on without the conductor at the helm? I go, no. He goes, so what was it? I go, I don't know. I said, maybe it was a choo-choo. And he goes, yeah, don't do that. And I was like, oh. All right, Al-Qaeda boss, go back in your cave. He's one of those kids that only laughs at real anger. I don't know if you've ever met one of those peaches, but... See, most 2- and 3-year-olds, they laugh at manufactured anger. Performative anger. You can go up to a kid that age and just go, rawr, and they're like, and this kid's like, mm-mm. I want to see your blood pressure spike, man. The hardest I've ever seen him laugh, it's not even close. It's when he flushed my car keys down the toilet. It was my fault, I guess. I didn't hang them up. I put them on the coffee table that I also bought. And I was laying on the couch, you know, it was a long day. I see his little ass come in the room, see the keys, and he's like... And I go, no, don't. And he picks them up, and he goes, chase me. Down the hall. I go, okay. I give him a head start. He's 3. When I stand up, I see him dip into the bathroom. I'm like, no. And when I get there, and I lose my shit. I don't yell at him. I'm just yelling at my life, you know? I'm like, fuck! No! Fuck! And when I turn, he's like, that's what I'm talking about right there. You're a very funny guy. Fucking kicked him in the chest.